In today's video, I'm going to give you my top 5 tips on how best to manage and use WordPress plugins. Plugins, they are everywhere, and with almost 50,000 plugins available for download today, it's almost impossible not to find a plugin that can perform a particular function that you want it to do. Unless, of course, you're looking for a plugin that can read the minds of your subscribers, which maybe in another 10 years, that might be a possibility. Despite all the good that comes with WordPress plugins, if you don't manage and use them properly, they can seriously mess up your WordPress website. So, starting off with awesome tip number 1, less is more. You've heard of the expression, right? Less is more. Well, this is absolutely true when it comes to WordPress plugins. Simply put, the fewer plugins you have installed on your WordPress website, the better. I can't tell you the number of times I've worked on websites of my clients and they always have plugins either deactivated or they had plugins that were running, that were active, which they weren't even using in the first place. And whenever I challenge them as to why they had these plugins installed, they would say things like, well, you know, we're not using them now, but we might use them in the future. Well, duh. When in the future the time comes for you to use those plugins, you can always download and install them then. But till then, simply remove any plugins that are not active on your WordPress website. Seriously, pause the video right now, go to your WordPress website, check to see if you have any plugins that are running which you're not actually using. If there are, uninstall them. Don't just deactivate them, uninstall them. Keep in mind that the more plugins you have, the more issues you're likely to deal with. You have to make sure they're updated all the time, you have to make sure they're compatible with other plugins, and you also have to make sure they're compatible with WordPress itself. So, to cap it all up, less is more. The fewer plugins you have running on your WordPress website, the better. Awesome tip number 2 would be to use heavyweight plugins. Now, I know what you're thinking, heavyweight? Wait a minute, this isn't boxing, this is WordPress, and yes, you would be right. Heavyweight is actually a term that I created specifically to describe plugins that can perform multiple functions on your WordPress website. Great examples would be the iTheme security plugin, which can serve as an all-in-one security solution for your WordPress website. Another great example is the Yoast SEO plugin, which is a fantastic plugin for performing everything SEO related on your WordPress website. So it's far better for you to have these kinds of plugins installed on your WordPress website that can perform all these multiple functions than have multiple plugins perform individual functions on your WordPress website. It's always best to use a heavyweight plugin when you can, rather than using multiple lightweight plugins. Awesome tip number 3, update your plugins. Seriously, I shouldn't even be telling you this, but there are so many WordPress users who for some reason or the other choose not to update their plugins. Listen, and listen good. If you don't update your plugins, you're leaving them vulnerable because when they're outdated, they become more susceptible to malware attacks. You might have compatibility issues with other plugins and with WordPress. Update your plugins. That's the best way you can manage them. Update your plugins whenever an update is available. Plain and simple. Awesome tip number 4, and this is tricky. Do not use shortcode based plugins. Now, what do I mean by shortcode based plugins? These are plugins that rely on the use of shortcodes to perform their functions. And a classic example is the Visual Composer Page Builder plugin. This is a plugin that relies heavily on the use of shortcodes to build pages. The problem with plugins like Visual Composer is the fact that once you've created pages with the plugin and you decide for some reason to uninstall or deactivate the plugin, well, guess what? All those pages you've created with the plugin, you will lose access to them. Basically, the content will disappear. That is the problem with using shortcode-based plugins. It's always best to use plugins that do not rely on the use of shortcode. And speaking of Visual Composer, if you're looking for better page builders out there, then why not check out my tutorial on how to use the Beaver Page Builder plugin, or you can also check out my tutorial where I discuss the different types of page builders. The links will be in the description box below. And last but not least, awesome tip number 5, use premium plugins. Now, I know just like me, you enjoy using free plugins whenever you can, and yes, free plugins are awesome, right? They provide you with function and design, and you get them for free. However, no matter how great a free plugin is, it's never going to be as good as the paid version of that same plugin. Sometimes paying the additional $10, $20, or maybe even $50 is well worth it. The advantage of using premium plugins is the fact that 1, you will have access to premium features which will not be available in the free version, and 2, you will have customer support. So if you have any problems using the plugin, you can always contact the developers of the plugin and they will assist you in any way that they can. Sometimes you just have to spend a little bit extra to get the maximum benefits that you can from a particular plugin. Well, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial, and if you did, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. If you had any questions or any additional things you wanted to add to the video, be sure to use the comment section below. Be sure to hit that bell so that you're notified whenever I upload a new video. My name is Alex, and it's been a pleasure teaching you. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. In today's video, I'm going to teach you... In today's video, I'm going to give you my top 5 In today's video, I'm going to give you my top 5 tips on how best to manage. Okay. In today's video, I'm going to give you my top 5 tips on how best to manage and use WordPress plugins.